Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Roxy, and on this channel I do mostly ponytail hairstyles for you guys to watch and hopefully learn, whether it's learning from my mistakes or just learning new techniques that you like that I do. So I started doing ponytails from watching other YouTube videos like mine, and also from taking online virtual ponytail classes. So today I'm doing a braided ponytail on my beautiful client today. She is all natural, guys, no relaxer in her hair. So we are doing a silk press on her hair in order to get it sleek and molded. So prior to coming to me, she did get her hair trimmed, which does help with the pressing process. For blow drying her hair, I did use a heat protector. I used the icy heat protector, but I sometimes use the Chia, I wanted to say Silk Infusion, but it's the Chia Iron Guard to put on her hair to protect her hair from the heat damage. The blow dryer that I used in this video is the Silverbird Conair blow dryer, which is my favorite flat iron. My favorite blow dryer, which I always mention, and I'll always link below in my description box. I either get it from Sally Beauty or I get it from Amazon online. The blow dryer works miracles. Also, it does come with a silicone teeth comb attachment. There you go, attachment. But I do change it out for the one at the hair store because it does have longer teeth, so it gets a deeper detangle. I went ahead and pressed out her hair, as you guys saw, using a Revlon flat iron that I got from Walmart, but I really like using the Babyless flat iron in the 1 1/4 inch size. So now that her hair is pressed out, I'm just going to section it off so that I can mold it into her ponytail. So I divided her hair into two because I'm going to mold it into two parts, just because her hair is a little bit thicker. If it was any thinner, I would probably just given her one ponytail and started molding, but because I wanted to distribute the products nice and evenly throughout her hair, I'm just sectioning it off so that every part of her hair has a fair share of products. And also I find that it gives me more control over the style. So she wanted a mid-back ponytail, and so she wanted a mid-back ponytail. I'm using the Got To Be Free Spray for this style. I do go between the Got To Be Free Spray and the Eben, but I just decided to use the free spray today. Sometimes I like to do both. On the inside, I'll use the free spray. On the outside, where we need it to hold, I'll use the Eben. I find that it does have a stronger, more tackier hold. So I enjoy using Eben for that reason. So I'm just taking my time spraying the product. And before I go in and dry it, I'm just trying to make it air dry on its own and get a little bit tacky so I can continue brushing and combing it through so that it's kind of like almost dry, almost set before I fully set it with the blow dryer. So I like to use that motion going all the way around. And yeah, and recently, not too recently, but I started using this edge brush here. It's a little bit thicker, guys, than your typical edge brush. It's a lot fatter, so you get a better coverage, yet it's still like a detailed, it's still a detailed mold. So now that I sprayed the product and molded around the perimeter, I'm just going over and re-tightening using a rubber band. So this is like her foundation ponytail. I'm going over again at the root of it because it must have been a little bit loose and not firm enough, and we want like a nice firm, not too tight of a ponytail. And I always ask my client whether the ponytail feels uncomfortable or if it's too tight so that I can adjust it accordingly. Sometimes the tightness of the ponytail does progress, like over time as I'm finishing up the ponytail, and then I'll go ahead and ask them again as I get closer to the end so that I can loosen it up if I need to. So now that I've molded the back, I'm just carrying the top part over and gathering it into the rest of the ponytail. Like I said, I use this method if their hair is a lot thicker so that I can have more control. I find that it causes for a more long-lasting, like a more secure mold. Everything you just get more product in, it's more secure, and it just makes the process easier as well, especially if you're a beginner. So I just left out some edges for her. She let me know how she wanted her edges. She didn't want them to start up too high, so I brought them down along the sides. And yeah, usually I just do the 2 at the very top and then the 2 at the bottom beside the ear, usually, unless my clients ask otherwise. So I'm doing the same motion. Actually, for the top of her hair, I did rub a little bit of beeswax in my hand and I kind of just smothered it over the top portion. I find that when I use the beeswax with the hairspray, it gives it like a softer hold as opposed to a really rock hard hold. And also it makes it easier for the clients to remold and rebrush their hair if they need to like touch it up a little bit afterwards. So it's like a softer hold, so it makes it easier for them to go through with some more hairspray and kind of comb it through, as opposed to it being like a really rock hard firm hold. So that's something that I like to do for my clients so that they can readjust or re-smooth or remold their ponytail when they're at home, or if it gets kind of messy or fuzzy like midweek. I'm not sure, depending on how well my client takes care of their hair. So I'm just smoothing everything back and over, and as I'm drying, I'm pressing and smoothing, pressing and smoothing, and just continuing that same motion until it's dry and until everything just looks sleeked and molded to what I think is the best of my ability. A lot of people will ask what's the setting I have on my dryer. I don't know what to tell you. It's warm. Obviously, it's not too hot because it can burn the client, and it's not cool. So on this particular blow dryer, it is on high speed. However, it's on the lowest heat. So if you have this blow dryer, I put it on the highest speed but the lowest heat, and that gives it the right temperature that I need. So now that the top is molded, I'm just going over with a rubber band to secure and seal it. I had first placed it like a placeholder with a fabric ponytail holder at first, but when I want to kind of seal it and finish it off, I go ahead with the rubber band because it's pretty much secure with the rubber band, and it's not as easy for it to maybe just slide off. So now I'm just using the flat iron just to curl out her baby hair so that it'll be easier for me to swoop. Some people are able to do it without the flat iron, but I find that it helps. It's just an old trick that everyone and their grandma uses. So I like to use that method as well. For her edges, I'm just using some edge control. And this is actually my edge control. This is an edge control that I'm trying out from a vendor to make sure that, it works well for everyone, and just to make sure it's a good product before I put it on the market. Sometimes I do use hairspray in order to do the edges as well. It really depends on my client and how I'm feeling. So I'm just using some wrap strips to tie it down to keep it nice and flat while I put in the ponytail. So just watch and look how I attach the ponytail. It's pretty straightforward. I think you have a pretty good view, but I just have my client hold on to the top part so I don't pull it out as I'm trying to attach it. The braided ponytail is actually one of my favorite styles to do. I just really love trying to achieve the perfect braid. It's actually quite therapeutic for me. I love a neat braid. I love braiding. So I just took a piece from the side and I'm just using that to wrap around the base so she can have a nice neat base which I think is really important for a braided ponytail. When the base is nice and firm, it has a nice proper projection, it's nice and smooth. It kind of helps set the foundation of the ponytail. For the wraparound, I do use hairspray, and I also kind of take the kinkiness out of it using the blow dryer first, and then I seal it off using some hair glue. So I have the client holding the hair in her hand. It's a lot faster for me, and I just start braiding. I divide the hair into 3 equal parts, and then I'm just feeding in the extra hair as I go along. Unless my client asks me otherwise, I don't like my ponytails to be super thick or super heavy. I like to add a little bit as we go along, because eventually, like, the length and the thickness don't go well together, but eventually the hair, like the ponytail, even though it's skinny, it just balances itself out, especially if it's nice and long. Also, what makes a difference is the thickness of the client's hair at the base. So if the client's hair is already thick, you don't need to add a lot of hair at the base, because the hair adds to the thickness of the ponytail, especially at the beginning. So as you can see, as I'm braiding down, I'm kind of fluffing out her hair to give it like a nice soft butterfly effect. Well, it's like a faux butterfly effect, but what it does, it kind of softens up the look so the braid doesn't look super tight and firm. And also when you pull the hair out, it makes the braid more flexible and not so stiff. Every time I have my client holding the braiding hair, it reminds me of, there's this TikTok I seen of a client that goes to her appointments with a wrist cast on, so that the stylist doesn't ask her to do any work. So I kind of feel bad when I have my clients holding the hair, but you know what? It's not for a long time, and it actually makes the process faster. So I don't even know if I really feel bad. I'm just wondering if they're thinking the same thing that TikToker is thinking, and if they're annoyed by having to hold the hair. Let me know if you guys are annoyed by having to hold the hair or helping your stylist do your hair. Let me know, because I never usually have a problem unless they want me to like share out the exact amount that they need. Then that part is like actually brain work. So now that I'm finished the braid, I'm just continuing to fluff out the ponytail. It makes it look so pretty. It makes it look so 3D and fluffy. And it, like I said, it helps take out the rigidness of the braid so that it can kind of move more freely and not look as stiff. For the ends of the hair, I added the curling rods, and I dipped it in some hot water to give it a nice, cute curl. Most of my clients love to add the curl to their hair. Just adds a nice little cute look, little character. It's just so pretty. So this is a final look, guys. Her nice mid-back braided ponytail. Nice and sleek, from natural to sleek, guys. You don't need a relaxer in order to get a nice sleek ponytail. This ponytail, it should last, well, most of my clients say it lasts them like I want to say like a week to a week and a half, until they either get tired of it or their hair gets fuzzy. But the braid pretty much stays. It's really the foundation that would kind of like loosen up, especially with sweat, humidity, and stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to you. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like these, guys, if you like watching or if you just want to learn some new tips. Bye.